What's up, Internet? My name is Michael Cook, this is Blue Giant Media, and we're here to connect through gaming. Today we're going to take a look at what's inside the box of Tiny Epic Mechs by Scott Almes. This is the latest edition of the Tiny Epic games, published by Gamelyn Games, and we're going to go ahead and open up the box, take a look at the production quality, the art, and overall what you're going to get for your money. Alright, so here we have Tiny Epic Mechs. This is a game where you're going to be playing as one of some futuristic fighters in a battle arena. You're going to be moving around, collecting different weapons, using those weapons on each other, and getting into different mech suits and things like that. Let's look at some of the artwork here. These are some different weapons that you can collect. Some pretty cool looking pictures there. The color palette is got some of that neon flavor to it. For some reason, I guess my initial reaction is like, oh, it reminds me of that, kind of 80s type color palette. I'm not sure why, but that's kind of my knee-jerk reaction. There's a pretty decent number of cards here. Some of these must be start places. Okay, so let's set that aside and take a look at what else we have. All right, these are going to be your program cards. Each player is going to be getting some of these different cards that are going to, basically you're going to choose 4 of them, cover them up, so that you can go in turn and reveal, oh, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, that kind of thing. So each player is going to have 8 of these cards, and these are, if you can tell, they are linen finish. So they're pretty decent quality cards, they feel like. They've got a good smooth surface. They feel durable. They're not especially thick, but they feel durable. So good feeling cards, good quality. Then we have the player mats and score sheet, score tracker. Right, so it looks like you're going to start here and you're going to move your way on up the score tracker. It is it's two-sided, but it's the same thing on each side. Then you're going to be playing over 6 rounds, and it gives you kind of a breakdown. So this is kind of the round tracker and kind of a general overview, like reference card. We have different mechs. This is, this is the Mighty Mech, the one that's going to be in the middle of the board. And then you've got some different pilots that you can utilize. Looks like we have 8 of them here. So they all look pretty good. And then each player looks like they're going to have, let's see, this is for solo mode reference card. And on the other side, regular kind of reference cards where you're going to keep track of your health, different things that you can do on your turn and stuff like that. And again, these are linen finish, linen quality cards. They are pretty quality. They feel good. Soft to the touch, but they should be pretty durable. Okay, so let's go ahead and set those aside now. And let's see what kind of little wooden and plastic bits we have. We've got Admit 1. This must be like the first player marker or something like that. Mech. This is a big old plus sign. I'm not sure what those are for yet. But here are smaller plus. They have a number on one side. You can see there. So they must be numbered for either the amount of damage that you're going to do or something along those lines. Health and currency trackers, I can only assume. This must be for point tracking, so if you go past 40 and you flip this over. My first guess is that seems like it could be a little bit fiddly, like what if it gets bumped? But I haven't had too much trouble with that in my copy of Tiny Epic Quests, which is the only other Tiny Epic game that I have played, and the only other one that I have. It's the one that I've been most interested in, and I do really like it. So there's kind of an array of different bits for each of the different player colors. And let's see what else there is. Now we're going to move over to the item meeples. All right, so each player is going to have one of these different item meeples, which are meeples that have these little holes in them so that they can hold items. Thus, item meeples. So there's a whole bunch of these different weapons here. can see those there. Some pretty cool looking ones. So you can go ahead and take one of your guys and you can give them a sword in one hand, and then later as you upgrade, maybe you get them, let's see, like a grenade launcher or something like that. So you can put them in there. Pretty cool little things. And as you upgrade even further, then you're going to be able to get into your personal mech. Looks like they have little holes in there that are going to seat into the holes on your item meeple. Sits on there, closes up, and then you can put even more cool stuff on them, because there's basic weapons that you can put on them, and then there's going to be some advanced weapons that you can only put on your bigger mechs. And then there is the Mighty Mech, which is another step up from that. And once you get in that one, then instead of having 2 basic weapons and 2 advanced weapons, you can have 4 advanced, like super powerful weapons. So there's your pretty cool little dudes. All right, so now let's go ahead and break this down and see how well we can fit it back in the box. Because one thing, oh, and it looks like we have frequently asked questions printed right into the box, which is nice. So one of the things about these Tiny Epic games is they tend to pack a lot of stuff in the boxes, and it can be a little bit tricky fitting everything back in. So let's go ahead and take a look at how difficult it's going to be to put everything back into Tiny Epic Mechs, as opposed to some of the other games that we do. Because if you haven't watched before, I like to not just unbox the game, but rebox it and get a feel for how everything is thought out and how well planned inserts are, if there are any inserts. So let's go ahead and put the rules down at the bottom, put all those there. Gonna set aside the different plastic bags for the cards, at least for the moment, and see how that works. Go ahead and put all these little mech suits in, and I'll probably end up putting each of these different colored meeples with all of their different bits in separate small bags, because that way I can just hand one of them to each player and they have everything that they need to get things going. I like that because it helps get the game moving quicker, which is usually what I care about most in a lot of games. Both how quick can you set the game up and how quick is it to tear the game down and put it away. Because on a game night, you don't want to have to sit there and think too much. Alright, so this one pretty much closes right up. Now some of this stuff is going to slide around, so I might end up putting some of these back into there to keep everything tidy. But we will see. For right now, that is everything that's inside the box of Tiny Epic Mechs. Alright, so that's what's inside the box of Tiny Epic Mechs by Scott Almes and published by Gamelyn Games. If you want to know more about Tiny Epic Mechs, take a look in the description section below, where I'll be publishing my setup and gameplay sample, as well as my overview and review of the game when I get those posted. Until next time, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any comments, feedbacks, requests, and as always, have a wonderful day.